Okay, I want to take you to the Fresno Library. So it's fresnolibrary.org, and once you get here, there are some free resources. Now you will need your library card, so your next trip is to get to the library and get your library card. Once you get there, I want you to come back to online resources. And where we're going to spend our time today is under Consumer and Business Finance. But please take a look at the rest of the resources that are free and available through the library here. Like this one, languages, but there's also citizenship resources, online learning, continuing education, and again, a whole lot of other resources, job and career. So let's go to Consumer Business Finance. And when we get here, I want to scroll down to Reference USA. Again, while you're here, take a look at all the other free resources that are available to us. Now this is where I'm going to need my library card. Once you've logged in here, Reference USA is actually a resource and database. It accumulates information and resells it. But for the library, we do have access to all these free downloads. And I think this is cool. Here's U.S. businesses. There's over 49 million businesses. And then here's new businesses. So I could do a search for brand new businesses in our area, reach out to them and ask them how I can help grow their business and how I can promote their services to my clients. What a great win-win for new businesses to help them get started. Of course they're going to remember you when somebody mentions that they might be thinking of selling or buying. But what I want to focus on are U.S. standard white pages, and I want to go into search, and you'll notice there's 156 million residents in this search, and I want to go to advanced search. Where we're going to focus on today is actually we're going to do a map search. Take a look at the other ways to find areas, and here's one that says radius, so this would be a good tool for circle prospecting. Well, let's go to map search. Once that, we hit open map, and it's going to open up the same as Google Map does. I can zoom in here, I can double click on the map, or I can come up here and go to a specific zip code, hit enter or go, and it's going to bring me in here, and now I can click on the area that I'm interested in, and I want to get information, phone numbers in this triangle right down here. So I'm going to do a draw shape. And just like the MLS, every place I click, it's going to drop my point. And now my shape is complete. All I need to do is double click on the last place. It's going to actually save that. It shows that I have 622 contacts in this area. The nice thing that it allows me to do multiple maps. So if I want to do this area over here as well, and what the heck, let's do one more area. So I have 3 different areas. It adds up to different how many contacts are in each area. Once I hit done, it brings me back here. It shows me the 3 points that I have. I'm going to hit view results, but it shows that I have almost 3,500 records. I'm going to view results. What is cool about this is it does allow me to save my search, so I don't have to keep coming in here each time and do this. So I can go ahead and set up my form right here, and I don't even really need to download. I can just use this and call right directly from here. Now I want to point out though, these phone numbers have not been scrubbed through the do not call, and we are taking responsibility if there are any complaints filed against us. The agent themselves takes responsibility. In another video I can show you how to set up for your own do not call registry, and so you can screen numbers through there before you call them. Again, I'm only showing you how to get the phone numbers. It's up to you to make sure that you're calling people that are okay with you calling them. But if I want to download these records for my database, then I'm going to do it. Let me show you this. It gives them to me 25 numbers at a time. I don't have to download each page. There's a little bit quicker way to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the first page up the upper left-hand corner, go to the next page, do the same thing. You'll see here it says 50 records selected. I'm going to go to the third page. The same, I'm going to complete this process and go through the first 10 pages, and when I get that, I'll show you what happens if I try to download. So I've tried to download 275 records, and I get this pop-up warning that says you have exceeded your limit of 250. If you'd like more or to do or purchase the full list, then call this number 800-808-1113 for a subscription. I have called them. I have not heard back from them. I don't know what their cost is for doing this. I suspect that it's fairly nominal, and I also believe that there's a whole lot of other resources that are available to you if you do this. So if you hear back from them before I do, let me know, and I'll share it back with Winter Circle. So I'm going to hit OK here. I'm going to deselect this page, and now I'm going to hit Download. And it's going to ask me what format I want. I'm always going to select Excel so I can work in it. I'm also going to select Detailed. Download records. Now you'll get this warning that you don't know the source. You're not going to get a virus from the library. If you do, then we're in tough shape. I'm also going to come up here and hit Enable Editing. And the last thing I do before I start working in any Excel sheet, I click in the upper left-hand corner here. I come up to Data, and I hit Filter. And this locks all of my records together, so I can't accidentally unsort one column and have it mess up everything else. So I've gone ahead and done this, and now there's one other thing that I might like. If I'm going to use this list as a mailing list, or I just like having the first name and the last name together, and here in my list I don't have that. I'm going to come over here to, I'm going to come over to this column, right click, I'm going to insert a column here so I can have a blank column to work in. And I'm going to actually write a formula that's going to combine the first name and the last name, put a space in there, and give it in a format that I can use if I do want to do labels, or if I just find it more convenient to put the names together. So how I do that, the very first thing I'm going to do is to select the entire column, I click up on the letter. I'm going to right click on my mouse, and I'm going to come down to Format Cells. And in this cell, I want to make sure that it is selected for General. And this way I'm guaranteed that my formula will work. So I'm going to show you how the formula looks. So I'm going to put equal in, which tells Excel, oh, you're going to write a formula now. I'm going to put a bracket, and then I'm going to click on the very first cell that I want, which is first name. I'm going to put an ampersand, and now I want to put a space between the first name and the last name. And how I do that is I put in a quote, I hit space one time, put in another quote, and what the quotes are telling Excel is, okay, anything that is between quotes, I want that to show up in my formula. So I could put a word in there, or I could just put a space in there, and now it's going to be blank. I'm going to put another ampersand, and now I'm going to click on the last name. I'm going to put another bracket in here, hit enter, and now it pops up first name and last name. Excel does something I think is really, really convenient. I don't have to type this formula into each cell all the way down. Remember, we have 250 records here. If I come all the way over to the right-hand side and hover over the bottom right-hand corner of the cell that I'm working in, it goes from a fat plus to a small plus. Once I have that, I left-click twice, and it automatically copies this formula all the way to the bottom of my worksheet, and I don't have to type it in each and every time. So I don't know if that helps. I like it having the names together. Plus, if I'm going to bring it into my database, this works going into my database. Anyway, I hope that helps. I hope that if you have any questions about downloading the numbers, or if you want to get your own do not call registry number, there's no trick to it. It's a little confusing when you go onto the website on what they're asking for. But each one of you can get your own registry login and your own registry number. And you can verify your own do not call list. Anyway, I hope that helps. Again, this is free. And just one other reason that you joined Keller Williams, Fresno, California. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Dave Kidder. You can reach me at dkidder@kw.com. Thank you.